MMA Oddsbreaker. I'm Trigg, of course. That's Vladimir Matyushenko, my former business partner, training partner. Used to beat me up every day because he's twice my size and 14 times stronger, but I'm better looking, and that's all that counts.
Just fat.
Yeah, right. First, let's talk about Joey Beltran. He's the guy you're fighting April 11th in Temecula, which is right up the street, so you don't have to go far. Like it's going cross country. Joey's obviously a big puncher. He's a big, strong guy. He's going to try and blast it out. What do you think? Am I reading Joey the same way that you're reading him when you're watching tape on him?
Well, that's what he's trying to do because he doesn't have anything else, I guess, unless it's a secret. But he's been known for, he goes to the distance. He's a big guy, but he's always had a good cardio. So he's always, doesn't matter win or lose, except, with a fight with Rampage and others. But I think he was doing good against Rampage in the first round. But whatever, with big guys, you get hit, you get hit.
Yeah. And that's one of the things with those little gloves on. It doesn't make a difference how good your defense is. If you get touched a little bit by someone of your size and strength, even though you're the same size and strength, you're still falling down. There seems to be a lot more knockouts at the upper divisions, obviously at 205 and heavyweight, than at 85 or 170 or even 155.
Yeah, exactly. Just the weight makes a big difference. And yeah, he's a brawler, so what? But I think his distance game is not as good. He just fight in the short, or I would say mid-range. Mm-hmm. If I come clinch, I'll feel comfortable there, and I'll keep him on distance, in and out, take him down, round pound, all that game.
Typical, the same game you've always had. Is it
Yep.
tough now finding training partners that will push you enough on the ground because your wrestling is so good and your ground game's gotten so much better? Do you find enough guys? I know you can find guys for stand-up, but is it tough to find guys on the ground that you can actually push hard?
It is in these days. I mean, again, like with the ground and pound, it's hard to train for because like real injuries and stuff like that. And it's very hard on the body.
Yeah.
You can spar with the boxing, with the striking, easy. You can just hit light and it's fine. But when you go take somebody down and down and down and ground and pound, stand ground, it's really hard on your body. So I've been really careful with that. For me, big part of winning the fight, just show up in the fight and be healthy.
And nowadays, it's 80% of it, being healthy when the fight starts. Like not having a broken hand or having a broken toe or having something, a messed up knee or messed up shoulder. That is 80% of the game. And for you, it's not like you're not 35 anymore. Okay, you're an old man. I mean, we're old guys now. How can you keep yourself from getting hurt? Because you've always seemed to you've had a couple of injuries, but you've always kind of seemed to kind of keep yourself away from the big injury bug. And how do you do it, especially at 43?
Well, I think it's experience that helps a lot. When I've been hurt in my 20s, 30s, looking back, I'm like I could avoid those things, and I'm trying to avoid it right now. But of course, it's really hard to avoid some of it.
Yeah.
Actually, lately I kicked the guy, and he kicked me right above the shin guard, and I'm freaking hurt.
Yeah.
One of those like Anderson Silva style.
Yeah.
I'm like, it still hurts right now. It doesn't affect my movement, but god damn, it hurt.
Yeah, it's sore, and I got a bone bruise that you got to kind of play with now. Do you put extra padding on that spot when you're training now?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's people make fun of me because I go in at these sparring sessions and I've got long elbow pads on, long knee pads on, plus shin guards, plus big gloves, plus headgear. Like, why are you wearing so much? Because I don't need to walk around with a freaking bruised up anything. Like, there's no reason for you to be bruised because I caught bone on bone. I'm not training for anything. I'm just kind of here helping you guys out, so I'm going to be safe. And I've actually kind of regret not doing it when I was training because I'm a lot less sore, I'm a lot less beat up, but I can still throw hard. I can still, do everything I need to do. I can throw knees in the middle of a sparring session. I can throw elbows in the middle of a sparring session because they're completely covered with big pads on them. And it actually ends up being a little bit better. And how it started, Vladimir, was I got hit just above my shin pad. Knee on knee. I got hit right above it. I was like, oh, this is never going to happen again. So I switched up.
Well, that's how you do it. Experience and have to be picky who you spar with. Your training partners make a big difference too. Like used to be when young, would just beat up whoever's there in the gym. You just go for it. Right now, I like to train with people who, or at least I can learn something or give me something. I've actually been training lately with Tom Watson. He's 185 fighter.
I know Tom real well.
He's fighting and I'm fighting, so we kind of respect each other. But it helps that we're in different weight categories, so we don't have to compete against each other.
Right. Have you ever thought about going out to Temecula and train with Dan Henderson and going into one of his group?
Actually, I'm going to go there, week before, maybe next week. I'm going to go and train with all the crew there. Yeah, I like it there. I like that little Indian reservation there. They have a nice gym, and they hooked me up last time. It was pretty cool.
Good. How much longer, Vlad? How much longer are you still going to keep doing this mess?
Last fight, Trigg. My last fight.
This is it?
Doesn't matter win or lose.
No, this is your Beltran is it. You're not fighting anymore after Beltran.
That's it.
And what are you going to do in retirement?
It's a good question. Training people, and there's a possibility to open my own gym again, or go completely opposite direction, go back to port and work on railroad.
Oh yeah, but there's a lot, and you would make a lot of money doing railroad. You make a lot of money down there because it's all unionized.
Yeah, it's not a lot, but I've been happy. Just keep myself busy, and it's physical work plus cognitive, so it's kind of mixed. It's a nice mix. If you work and be careful, it's good.
There is a situation. Why don't you? I mean, obviously you train a lot of strong sports. You teach classes in strong sports. Why don't you? The gym's already established. It's already there. Why don't you start training more, or teaching more downtown LA? A strong sports gym.
Yeah, that's another thing, and I like it there. Commuting sucks.
Yeah, it is kind of rough because my place is in West Hollywood, Beverly Hills, and your place is down in the South Bay, and to get up to downtown, no matter what time of day you're going, it's still kind of Traffic is still kind of iffy.
But it can be done. I like to work with Willard. He's a great guy, and all the people there. He put that gym together with a good group of guys. There's no assholes there. There's all nice guys. So I like to work there. And my wife works in the downtown. She's in the financial district right there.
You're right on the corner. Yep. So I mean, it's. You're one of the few guys that actually does have several possibilities besides just fighting. There's a lot of guys that I'm worried about that are about at that retirement age. You're like, what are you going to do? Like if you don't have money saved, like they're kind of screwed. They have no other skill, and I don't see them as being good trainers either. So they can't really jump in and start training other fighters. They're just kind of good fighters or great fighters, but have no technical skill to be able to teach somebody else that same game. So they're just going to kind of float. They're going to be kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and it's not just only the money issue for me. It's kind of like post-war syndrome.
Yeah.
You kind of wake up. I used to that. You train for the fight. You wake up. You go to train, come back, sleep, take a nap, go again, then fight, then take a little break, and go again. After 20 years of doing it, you kind of get used to it, and there's a big vacuum there not to do anything, and kind of a little bit scary. But I've been getting ready for that for the last few years, so I'm not that scared.
Good. Smart. The Husky's smart. Well, Vladimir, thanks for coming out here on a Sunday. I know it's one of your days off, so we won't keep you too much longer. MMA Oddsbreaker, appreciate you coming through. Joey Beltran usually be a really good fight. For the folks at home, catch on Spike TV on April 11th. It's going to be a barn burner because both guys are going to swing for the fences. Somebody's going to get knocked out and dropped out. Obviously, I hope it's Joey Beltran because I've been friends with Vladimir for 15 years now. So, Vladimir, is your wife ready? Last question before we get you out of here. Is your wife ready for you to be retired? Because you've got stuff to do. You've got to go to practice. You've got to take a nap. You've got a certain pattern and rhythm you do every day. Now all of a sudden that pattern and rhythm is no more. Is your wife ready for you to be home and retired and be anxious and trying to figure stuff out?
Oh, she's ready. She's we agree on that thing, and she supports me. Doesn't matter what I'm going to do. She's very supportive. She's cool with that.
Beautiful. All right, Vladimir, thanks for coming on here. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon, bud.
Thank you.